Hello again, it's Clinton. I'm back from War of Destiny. Today we're looking at the last word and my first impressions of using the last word in the Crucible. For once I'm showing you some really bad gameplay, and I normally don't like to do that. I just thought it'd be good to illustrate some differences, I guess, just to contrast with all the gameplay that you're used to seeing on YouTube of just guys going to complete beast mode, going 20-0 or 21, especially with weapons, power weapons like the last word. Ironically, I've been pining for this weapon for months now, and when Zur finally sold it again earlier this month, I jumped at the chance to get it, and finally I feel like I've finally obtained this one weapon I've been seeking for so long. Now, I spent a lot of time just leveling it before taking it into the Crucible, just to make sure I got the signature perks that are really important for this gun. Just to back up a little bit, in case you are not familiar with the last word, it is an exotic hand cannon. It is unique in that it fires very quickly, and it's the only hand cannon in Destiny right now that operates on full auto. It's possible to fire it semi-automatic, but you can just hold down the trigger and you'll just blaze away, and empty out your clip very quickly. It has a 8-round clip, and it's got really unique animations. As you can see, you are fanning the hammer of the gun as you fire, so you're very much like an Old West gunslinger when you use this gun. So the reputation this gun has in PvP is actually quite impressive, as I've sort of alluded to already. And as soon as I had found out about this gun, I knew that I wanted it. And I guess my mind had been warped somewhat by watching quite a few videos of people using this hand cannon in Rumble, Control, Clash, what have you, and just destroying the competition. One thing to keep in mind though, the last word, as I've quickly discovered, is also a very short range weapon. So for myself, I've actually been disappointed using this in PvP, and I know for a fact that it's a skill, an issue of skill, right? The weapon is only as good as its operator, and I know for myself it's a skill thing, but I think the other half of the equation is it's a playstyle issue. So for myself, I've kind of always considered myself as a run and gun player. Strangely enough, that comes from all the Call of Duties I played in the past, where I've never really been a sniper. I've never been like a long range type of person. I always equip a submachine gun or a what do you call those? They're not auto rifles, but they call them something else in Call of Duty. But any of the auto firing weapons, I've just equipped those and just run around like a maniac. The same goes, if we go even further back, playing those arena shooters like Quake, Unreal Tournament. Those games are always very made for running gunning. Even though you could snipe, I was never like a sniper type. So coming into this game, I just pigeonhole myself as a running gunner, when in fact I'm not really a running gunner anymore. I've just been playing the Hawkmoon for the most part in PvP. Once in a while I'll play with auto rifle, but I tend to use the slower firing, easier to control auto rifles like the Galahad E and of course the Surus Regime. Those are kind of like a little bit off type in that they're not the closer range, really rapid fire spray and pray type of guns. So yeah, really I've just not been a run and gun player, and I thought I was. So the last word has really kind of helped to illustrate how bad I am at run and gun gameplay. So far you see me just get decimated by people. I'm not winning these gunfights, even the one-on-one gunfights where the last word is supposed to shine. What I want to say, maybe I overhyped myself too much on this gun, and I would like to maybe get your opinion on what are some good builds to go with when using the last word. You know, my primary class is the hunter, but I also have a Titan as my secondary. And I'd like to get your thoughts on what, you know, how you use the last word and how you've adjusted your playstyle. Maybe you've used more traditional hand cannons in the past, and oh, that was just terrible. I just like sitting there, headless chicken, not knowing what's going on. Anyway, I'd definitely like to get your feedback on how you've adjusted your play. Say you've used long-range hand cannons and then you went to the last word. Now, was the adjustment period really harsh for you? Because I played about like a dozen PvP games and I've gone negative in almost every single one. I played 1 or 2 Iron Banner matches last week and I was just like completely destroyed. You know, my last word was not fully upgraded at the time either, so that may have been a significant factor. But man, you know, I've just been struggling to find my range of the last word. You do have to get closer. You pretty much have to get into fusion rifle, bordering on shotgun range, like aiming down the sights on the shotgun. Now that's the kind of range you need to get in with the last word. And my feeling is, if you're gonna get into that, you know, that close of a range, you know, you kind of like are beaten by fusion rifles and shotguns. And when it comes to auto rifles, a lot of them have that sort of, they kind of push the mid-range even more, and you can get outranged by a lot of auto rifles like the Sewers regime if you're using last word. The last word, just I found I just can't hit those shots that are like pushing the range of medium range, and I'm kind of stuck in this, like, you gotta get really, like, this range of combat, you gotta get really in their face. And with only 8 rounds in the clip, you really gotta take down a target quickly and then find a safe spot to reload. And yeah, you know, on this particular match, I was playing Gunslinger. I did have a specific, did I have the Chain of Woe activated? I don't think I did, but after this match, I did try out some changes on my build, and I tried to activate, oh, I do have Chain of Woe. Okay, so Chain of Woe will reward you with a faster reload speed if you kill someone with precision shots, and it can stack up to 3 times. And I also have Gunslinger's Trance, which will reward precision kills with more stability on your weapon for a short amount of time. So having those 2 buffs on this gun on the last word seems to make sense. But yet, you know, I've still been having a lot of trouble with this gun. I mean, I start to get a little bit better near the end of this match, but the improvements are a little bit, you know, too little too late. And you know, I do want to give it more of a chance. What I'm considering is that since the last word is such a close range weapon, I may be better off handing it off to my Titan. My Titan, of course, is a little bit sturdier, and is my playstyle definitely changes when I switch to Titan. I'm more aggressive and kind of push the front line a lot more. So maybe the last word's a better fit for the Titan. The drawback, of course, is that I'll be missing out on some of these nice gunslinger perks for, you know, reload times and stability. But yeah, I mean, I figure if I get gauntlets that will boost hand cannon reloads, that might be fine. So, you know, I just wanted to put this video out just to give my impressions of the PvP using the last word, and just to sort of maybe deflate the hype bubble just slightly. A lot of it's just me, but you know, I just wanted to kind of present a counterpoint to all these other videos that are out there showing godlike gameplay of the last word. It's not just like an easy button, unfortunately. You do have to adjust to it, and if you're not a run-and-gun player, I think the adjustment period's going to be a lot higher. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I've since gone back to using the Hawk Moon and, of course, the Thorn that I recently got, and I'm kind of back to my winning ways again. But hopefully this bad gameplay was not too hard to watch. And thank you for listening to me babble about my experience with the last word so far. Hopefully I can improve. I would love to get your suggestions on how to do that as well. So yeah, until next time, thanks very much for watching. I will see you all later. Ciao.